More bad predictions. Trev's Hockey Show. I'm the Trev. That's still too sweet. Anyway, continuing on with my bad predictions for this year's 2024 NHL playoffs. And, well, we're at the Western Conference final, as I said we would be. And not to brag, not to boast, as far as team selects is concerned, I'm still batting 1,000 in the West. So how sweet is that? But anyway, like we do with all these prediction videos, I want to talk about how we got here before I talk about where I think we're going to go. So, having said all that, let's have a look at how we got here. So this was ultimately what my last prediction video in the West was about. So let's talk one series at a time. Oh, what a way for a season to end. Double OT, Game 6, and this guy scores your double OT winner. Just so you know, that made my wife incredibly happy. Not so much because Colorado lost, because Colorado's her team, more because Duchesne, the guy Colorado drafted, essentially traded, scored the double overtime winner. So, poetic justice, right? That notwithstanding, there was some, I guess you want to say, offensive sharpness to what Dallas brought to the table. I mean, they were able to shut down Rantanen and McKinnon most nights. I mean, for the ones that weren't 1-goal games or overtime games, there was a 2, 3, 4 goal win margin here. So Dallas is here to play. Now, this was the only series I predicted right in terms of game length, as really it wasn't going to go 7. I mean, sure, Colorado could have won it, but Colorado could have also shown up to play. So that being said, yeah, there was no reason it could have went beyond 6. I mean, I'll talk more about the Stars and what they got when it comes to the predictions, but the series felt very one-sided in Dallas's favor. You know, I was hopeful that Demko was going to come back and play. I really was. But the Canucks did run really good with a 2-goalie method. And one has to think, with the Canucks losing Brock Besser in Game 7, it was kind of deflating, in a sense. But these things happen. I mean, the important thing is to adapt, and, well, I don't know if Vancouver could, or even overcome for that matter. And it's not even to say the Canucks didn't have their opportunities to blow the lid on this series closed, because they had plenty of opportunity. Other than Game 6, every goal was a 1-goal game. So, I mean, offensively, both teams are matched. But, you know, and I mean, the fact that the Vancouver Canucks couldn't really contain the big guns didn't help their cause either. But that's the truth, really. Either way, there's a Canadian team in the Western Conference Finals. So let's talk about it. Before we get into the meat and potatoes here, I just want to let you know I'm 10 for 12 as far as the playoff predictions is concerned, calling 6 series game and winner right. Again, this is probably my best playoff year, and here might be where it goes amok. So I guess let's see what each one brings to the table statistically. So here's your top 5 as far as Dallas is concerned. And you look at it, and yeah, it's nothing spectacular, nothing that's going to blow your socks off. In comparison, which we'll get to, of course, the Stars have Jake Ottinger in the net, who in all 13 games has an 8-5 record with a 2.09 goals against and a .918 save percentage. So he's stopping more than he's letting in. That's a good thing. And then, of course, there's your Edmonton Oilers, who I should mention 4 of the top 5 here are your top 4 in scoring in the playoffs to date. The Oilers are using a 2-goalie method here, with Stuart Skinner having a 7-3 record with a 2.87 goals against and a .881 save percentage with 1 shutout in 10 games. And with Calvin Pickard, who is 1-1 with a 2.21 goals against and a .915 save percentage in 3 games. Now, if you want to go by season stats, which don't mean a thing at this point, the Stars beat the Oilers 2-0-1 in their season series, with the first 2 games being 4-3 wins for each team, and the last game coming in the last month of the season being a 5-0 Dallas win. So, how do I think this is going to fare up? Well, first off, for myself, this is no easy task. You're asking me to pick a winner for the Clarence Campbell Bowl, and I have a slight bias. Not a good bias, actually. I haven't willingly cheered for the Oilers since 1988, and I refuse to do so. And I live in Edmonton, so if you're going to give me some heat, I'm here for it. If you want to go historical on this, Dallas has Edmonton's number when it comes to playoffs, beating them 5 times to the 1 that they lost. So the 6 times they met since Dallas has been Dallas. It's been 5-1 Dallas. So historically, history's on their side. Now, what I would think would be awesome to see is a big breakout from Wyatt Johnson, as I think it's coming. I don't know if it'll be this round or the Cup final, but it's coming. But I think ultimately it'll all come down to defense, and I think Ottinger is a more reliable option than a 2-goalie system in Edmonton. And I think a lot will also rely on the Oilers and their ability to keep the momentum out of Dallas's end, as they have a history this playoff season of getting the lead and then letting go of the gas and paying for it in the end. But ultimately, I think it's Dallas, and I think Dallas is taking it in 7. It won't be an easy 7. It might not even be a close 7. Like, is there bound to be blowouts? Absolutely. There has to be. Likewise with close games. There has to be. But I think with the way Dallas has everything moving, with the kid movement mixed in with the veterans, along with Jake Ottinger coming to life at, like, the best time, like, the Stars are definitely going to have to contend with McDavid and Hyman and Nuge and Draisaitl and Kane and the likes of everybody on that roster. But I truly do think this is Dallas's year. I mean, whether or not they win the Cup or not is another story, but I think they're definitely going to the Cup final. And don't be surprised if there's a couple long overtime games in that. That'd be pretty sweet, actually. But either way, my prediction is Dallas in 7. Feel free to give me your pick. Let me know if I'm completely out to lunch on mine. Hell, I'd love to get a debate going. These things are popular. So that's another one of them Trev's hockey shows. I want to thank you for tuning in. Don't think I don't appreciate the gesture, especially if you've made it to this point. And if you have, hey, that's awesome. Feel free to give me that thumbs up. I think you've dug what I've said, and I'm down for that. So feel free to do that if you want. That red button that says subscribe all over it, if you haven't considered it by now, hey, we're on a solid push to 500, and to all the good people who have hit that subscribe button along the way, thank you very much. So we're making it work. Feel free to jump in. It'll make you feel good. It'll make me feel good. It'll help the algorithm. Let's do it up. On top of that, we got, I think, 1 award show this week, and maybe a series of finalists for an award. But other than that, probably working on stuff I've been writing. But either way, in the meantime, and in between time, be a look for more videos from the Trev. Later.